Hello, thank you for coming back. Today is an intermediate class, a gentle 30 minutes. You can regress a lot of these exercises, you can progress, but let's just get a nice flow, a lot of core strength, a little bit of upper back mobility as well. Okay, let's start on hands and knees. Working into a nice cat-cow. With your inhale, let's bring the chin up. With your exhale, tuck the chin down, tuck the bottom in, curl and round the upper back. Inhale, let's open up the chest, fill the lungs. And exhale, curl down, bring your belly button into your spine. One more here, really exaggerate all the nice little intricacies into your spine. And exhale, rounding through every little part. Tuck your bottom right in. And release back to the middle. We're going to thread the needle. Let's take the back hand, thread it through the gap, come all the way down onto your head. Feel that pulling through your upper back. Let's come out, follow that hand all the way around up to the ceiling. Same again. Thread it through, bend the other elbow all the way down, bottom nice and high. And gently up round the other side. Good. Onto the opposite hand, through the gap. And up, nice and strong. Rotation, stretch towards the ceiling. And last one here. Through, rest the head, take a nice deep breath. And gently come back out, warming up, mobilizing through the muscles, the nerves, lubricating the spine as much as we can. Keeping the spine nice and neutral this time into Superman. In your own time, lengthen one leg, lengthen the opposite arm, feel your tummy engage, just gently, drawing belly button in, up off the mat. Making sure your back is neutral, lengthen through that top hand. And let's switch over. Stretch it away. Inhale together. And exhale away. And again. Make sure you're shifting nice and strong onto that opposite hip, but you're not dipping. Let's maintain that nice, strong back. So we're working through the posterior chain here. If you're able to keep your spine in that neutral position, you're working these stabilizers all the way around. We'll do one more each side. Keep that tension away from the neck. Just keep your gaze down between your hands. Last one. And relax back. So we're coming onto our side. First of all, we'll work into our side plank here and our legs. So we'll come right down first. Make sure elbow, shoulder towards your hip and your heel is all in a nice line. Let's stretch this long leg out to begin with. Point those toes and maintain again this neutral spine in your back. You're not starting to overarch and flare your ribs. Ribs down. Engage just very slightly. If you can, imagine you've got a little line of ants that are crawling underneath that gap there. Try not to squash them. So just a gentle floating leg up and down, starting to connect with these side glutes, and everything else should be relatively soft and relaxed. And we want to work it until we feel a gentle burn through here. I'm not pushing it until it's right at the top. Work within a comfortable range where I am in control and I'm not having to push or strain through my abdomen. Once you start feeling that kicking in, let's hold it up. Let's do little circles here, and that's just going to increase that burn. And it's this gentle muscle pain that is a good pain. And now that it's really starting to scream, let's switch direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep it up, 1. Let's relax back down. You're going to switch the legs over so the top one is bent and the bottom one is long. And it's now the bottom long leg that you're going to pulse up and down. So nice and stable through this top hip. This long leg at the bottom, you're working into those inner thighs. Gentle connection into your abs. Shouldn't really have to think about it too much. But if you're finding that leg quite an effort to lift up, then do use the breath to lift up and down. And feel around your middle as well. Am I gaining tension here as I'm exhaling and lifting the leg? Okay, so again, focusing on a lot of hip stability, pelvic stability, and core strength. And you might feel a little burn into that inner thigh again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to put them together. You might need this top hand for support. Legs together as long as you can, making sure that everything's in a nice alignment. That little ray of light or line of ants is crawling underneath that little arch in your waist. Okay, trying to find a balance on that bottom hip, coming forward more than back if you can. Okay, let's a little bit forward. Glue those ankles together. Let's lift up and down. Using that breath a little bit more now. That longer lever, heavy legs, and working through your hips, through your core. Make sure you control it on the way down as well, so you're not just thumping the feet back down to the ground. Again, another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bend this bottom leg again, keeping the top one nice and long. I'm going to add the arm here over the head so that it's nice and long here. I'm still supporting my head, but you can rest it if you wish. You're going to come with the elbow and the knee together and then lengthen them away. And it's that length where I want you to think about your tension. Coming in for a gentle crunch, but exhaling. As you lengthen, that is when you are gaining tension into your abdominals. Stretch it away as much as you can. Right overhead. Keep the ribs down so you're not flaring through your chest. Upper abdominals working quite hard there as the leg lengthens. Another 5, 4, 3, and again it might be that top glute that's starting to work. And 1. And knees together, excuse me, up onto that side elbow, okay? Just for a little lift and an overhead stretch again. Let's give the glutes a rest, working through those obliques and top shoulder, and release. Nice and high with the hip, nice and lifted and strong through the waist. And a nice stretch overhead, right down your side there. 3 more. Drop the shoulder away from the ears. Last one. Lift those hips and release. Take your time coming over onto your back. I'm going to work into scissors. Okay, our classic scissors. Keeping this nice neutral spine. So try and ensure that you're not squashing your back. Engage through your middle. Feel it harden as you lift pelvic floor. Don't forget, lifting one leg and switching them over, creating more tension as you switch. Inhale a little bit, exhale, switch. Keep going. Switch. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Keep the shoulder blades nice and flat. Have a feel around your mid. Are your ribs coming down? Is your belly button tight? On, off, on, off. Now when your legs are moving like this, it's difficult to focus on pelvic floor, but let's just do another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to lengthen those legs, and that might put your back in more of an arch. So really trying to keep it down, flatter onto the mat. Scissors again. So you're going to lift one leg, put it down, lift the opposite leg. Consciously focus on creating conscious tension into your belly button here. Because if you don't, you're probably using your hip flexors more than anything. Keep this nice and steady. Or if you feel like your back is just arching as soon as you lift the leg and you're not able to gain tension here, focus on just bringing that in together, squashing your back a little bit more if you need that extra cue. So if you're happy with just that, focus on the control and that connection to belly button rather than the hips doing everything. If you're happy with that, you're going to switch the legs over. Hands by your side for just some little bit of extra support. Squash the back. And you can see on me that tension is coming up into my upper back. I'm going to consciously squash my back a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. Hands behind your head. Keep the legs nice and long. Relax them as much as you can. Again, you're going to come up into the abdo prep, squashing the back very gently, but not tilting, okay? And it's quite difficult to do that in this long position anyway. Inhale down, cradle the neck. Exhale. Keep the elbows nice and wide. Drop down. Ribs down. Have a feel into your belly. Nice and hard, as well as through the obliques. Now, only expecting you to get up just to the base of your shoulder blades. Keep the chin off the chest, looking into that nice 45-degree angle. And a good one to focus on pelvic floor here. So you're creating that tension as you come up and that pressure is going south. Let's add a squeeze and then drop it down. Inhale. Another 5. Focus on pelvic floor. Inhale, open it. Release. Exhale, squeeze. Release. Exhale, lift it up to your belly button. 3 more. Squeeze. Release. And let go. Last one. And let go. Okay, back into the long lever. Climb the tree, we call this. You're going to lift one leg. You're going to squash the back gently, and as you grab it, you're going to lift the head. Hamstring pull, toes up towards you. The back is quite pressed into the mat here because we're starting to curl the spine. Release, control as you come back down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, we'll go back down. Make sure you maintain that tension as you let the leg release. Lift, hold, inhale, drop those shoulders. Switch over. Flexibility into the hamstrings, strength into your core muscles, opening up through the collarbones, and let it go. I'm exaggerating my belly rising and falling. Now if you're happy, you're going to climb up onto your calves. So I'm peeling up my back onto my lower back now, and back down, release. Extra strength, extra stretch, extra flexibility into the back. Keep going, just go from one to the other, a gentle lift up and down, control. Couple more here. Don't worry too much about the breath, as long as you feel like you've got good control and you're not causing pain on any movements. And if you're able to have a little look at your belly, it's not doming too much. Use the arms to pull yourself up as well, so that you're not straining too much through the neck. Let's just do one more each side. And release. Let's bring the knees closer in, heels close to your bottom, press down for a nice bridge roll, squash the back and lifting nice and high. So after we've stretched the hamstrings, we're firing up those glutes again. Lengthen fingertips towards your toes. Nice deep breath here. And gently roll back down, articulating the spine. Inhale, release. Exhale, squash down. Peel it up nice and strong. Press down with the hands. And back down. Two more. Focus again on pelvic floor. Inhale, open. Basement. Exhale. You're coming up, starting to squeeze for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it up. Hold at that 4. 80, 90%. Come back down nice and gently. 60%, 50, 30. Release. Open. Exhale. Climb up the elevator. 3, 4. Nice and high. Squeeze. And release back down. Nice and controlled. Don't let it flop. Well done. Okay, we're going to go over onto our other side. So I will swing around this way. Let's work into this top glute. A little raise through here. Extended through this top leg. Lift and drop. So this might be your stronger leg. This might be your weaker leg. It's already been worked slightly, so it might fatigue a little bit quicker. Same little principles. Drop these shoulders, ribs down. Try and avoid this flare. Little ray of light through your waist. Not pushing it to the top, just working within a comfortable range until you start to feel this muscle. Can we go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold it up. Little twiddle, little circle, little extra burn there. Keep this bottom leg nice and steady. Little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it there. Switch direction. This is what it needs. It needs that burn. You've got to load it. You've got to take it to that point where it will never get stronger. Challenge it. Can we keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it up, release. Straighten that bottom leg and go straight into your lifts here. Okay, so like I said, if you're needing that extra connection with your core, start to use the breath. But if you feel it's quite comfortable to just pulse it up and down and naturally your belly is working with that pressure. Difficult to do anything with pelvic floor here, but we're not loading it. We're in a comfortable, safe position. Supported through the hips here as well. Working into that inner thigh. You're maybe getting a little burn there as well. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs nice and long together. Okay, top arm over the top, nice and controlled. Find a comfortable spot so you're balanced, and then when you're ready, and down, and down. Focus on your abdominal, drawing it in, needing a little bit more work around your core, stabilizing through your lower back so you're not rocking. A strong one. Got good, long, heavy legs. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's bend this bottom leg. Keep that nice long top leg for a nice stretch. And then elbow to knee crunch and stretch. Keeping that leg a good couple of inches above your opposite side. Focusing on just lengthening, really reaching for something over your head. Together. Lengthening, but without arching or flaring. Keep that ribs down and tucked in. Again, another 5. And the last 2. Good. And release back together, propping up onto elbow. Okay, again, heels are still in line with hips. And we're coming up for a nice stretch and back down, working into these bottom obliques that have been crying for a little bit of action. And release. And you might feel your glute kick in there as well. That's not a bad thing. Okay, let's keep this supported shoulder down. Rise over the top. Inhale, relax. Let's lift these hips nice and high. A nice stretch through the upper side there. 2 more. And last one. And release. Okay, a little bit more work into your back. Let's come onto our tummies. W position, elbows nice and wide. You're going to rest your forehead and you're just lifting up into that W. Try and relax your legs as much as you can. Inhale down, exhale. Squeeze shoulder blades. Now focus on pelvic floor. Can we lift and drop? Lift and drop. What's your tummy doing? Squeeze and drop. Bring the ribs down. Another 5. Get a little shoulder blade burn. And 2. And 1. This time let's lift the head just an inch, as long as your neck stays nice and long, shoulders down. You're lifting here, but this time our exhale is as we reach. Inhale, slot the elbows back down. Exhale, reach. Inhale down. Working those shoulders and that upper back. What's your belly doing? Get it involved. Squeeze and release. Don't let your back take all the strain. 3 more. And 1. Relax the elbows, prop yourself up. Let's get an extension into that upper back. Staying on forearms, you're now going to press up into a knee plank. Push through the knees, engage, and hold. Nice and strong through here. So legs are kicking in, glutes are turned on slightly, ribs down, drop those shoulders. Inhale, release, and extend back through the upper back. On the next exhale, let's lift up again. So knees are hip width apart. Push through the knees, engage through the glutes, the core, drop these shoulders, inhale down, and extend through the back. 2 more, let's lift up. Strong plank. And down. In your own time, 1 more. Nice and strong. What's shaking? Is it your arms? Is it your core? Is it your legs? And relax. Let's bring the knees in for a child's pose. Curl in your lower back. Tuck your tailbone under. So some really nice long spinal stretches there. Let's just do a little bit into your hips. Okay, so into mermaid pose, where knees are off to one side, feet are off to the other. Okay, sit nice and tall, open up through the collarbones. Let's roll these shoulders. You're going to lift up and push through both lower legs and then back down again. Okay, opening up the collarbones, squeeze the hands behind you. But you're not extending, you're engaging through here, glutes as well. Now switch over to the other side, rolling the knees. So we're getting a twist in the spine, facing the other way, lift up, press, inhale down, and again, and down. Switch over, lifting up, and 2, to the other side. Swivel, keep the back as long as you can, and rise. Do 1 more each side. Let it all roll over. Get a nice rotation in the hips. Point your toes. So then you're up onto your top of your foot. Abs, squeeze. 1 last one here. Same to the other side. Focus a little bit on pelvic floor this time. Lift and drop. Put it all together. 1 more. And back down. Okay, we're still in these mermaid poses. Let's go over the top. And the other side. Down to there. Same again. And over. Okay, opposite leg from the one pointing away. Forward you go. Again, a nice pull down the spine. Forward and back. Getting a nice curl into the spine. Lengthen through the side. Let's swivel the knees and hips around. Keep nice and long. Down to your mermaids. And over the top. 1 more here. Good. Keeping that one overhead. Lean it forward. Reach as far as you can. And up. Good. Last one here. And release. Soles of the feet together. Let's open up the hips. curl down. Let the knees drop as much as you can. Nice pull into inner thighs. Try and keep the knees relaxed as much as you can as you start lifting up through the back, opening up collarbones, dropping shoulders away. Drop one ear down. And same to the other side. Good. Hopefully you feel like you've moved everything there, working quite hard through little specific muscle groups and getting a nice flexibility through the spine as well. Good job, everyone. Come and join me for another video.